Hi, this is Hamada Zahawi, founder and CEO of Right Track Admissions, a global admissions consulting company. If you haven't been to our channel before, get ready for an unfiltered account of exactly how to get into your top choice program, how to secure funding, and how to succeed both as a student and as a professional. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe by hitting the big red button below or on our social media handles to get the latest content from Right Track Admissions. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about a way of analyzing and assessing and evaluating your candidacy, whether it's for college or graduate school. And to do that, we're going to use something that is frequently used in the business world, and that is the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we're going to show you how to use that to figure out what is the best program for you. All right, so why would you do a SWOT analysis? A SWOT analysis basically tells you where you stand and what you need to do to get on the right path to be able to be the best candidate possible. And again, when we think about a SWOT analysis, it's usually in business terms. Let's use an example, Apple Computer, right? A strength of Apple Computer, it's very innovative. A weakness, it's limited in terms of its operating system sometimes, right? Opportunities is all kinds of different technological abilities that they could do, and threats is what the competition is going to do to them, right? So that's a basic business way of using the SWOT analysis. But I want to show you how we can use it for you. All right, let's start with the first one, strengths. Now with strengths, you want to think about probably more your personal, you want to think your academic, and you want to think your extracurricular, right? So think about your personal strengths. What are you passionate about? What are you really, really good at? What makes you stand out? And the same for your academic. What subject matters, right? What are your other strengths? Like, are you really good at standardized testing? Did you really crush your APs, right? Did you do really, really well in your subject matters, your GPA, right? Think about your strengths, note them down, right? As well as your professional or extracurricular, whether you had leadership, whether you've done something great at work. Think about everything that really makes you stand out, write it down, because those are the things you want to maximize. All right, now the next one is weaknesses. Weaknesses is almost the counter opposite of strengths. What areas, gaps do you have? Maybe you didn't do well in your GPA. Maybe you didn't do well in certain classes. Maybe you didn't do well in your standardized testing, right? Maybe you didn't get that promotion. Maybe there's areas that you need to kind of address. And that comes back to one of the videos that we've covered, which is the strengths and weaknesses essay, right? And that's an area that you want to be able to address, to surface. And that's something you want to be able to look at and make sure that you can minimize. So when you maximize your strengths, you want to minimize any of those weaknesses, okay? And so make sure you address them, make sure you're ready to talk about them, and that's really where you start using the addendum when it comes into your application process. So again, mark down all your weaknesses, personal, professional, extracurricular, academic. Make sure you address those because they may come up and you may want to make sure that they know about it, but to explain it. Okay, the next one is going to be opportunities. With opportunities, you want to be thinking about, should I retake my standardized test? That could be an opportunity. Should I get another letter of recommendation? That could be an opportunity, right? Should I be applying and diversifying my opportunities or my application pool? That could be an opportunity, right? So you want to be thinking about where you can capitalize on opportunities, or what we like to say, managing your opportunities, okay? And that could help you infinitely in terms of getting on the right track and in terms of improving your candidacy. So look at possible opportunities that you can capitalize on that will improve your background. Okay, and the final one is threats. So when you're thinking about threats, think about two things: external threats, internal threats. Internal threats are things that kind of demotivate you, things that kind of throw you off track, right? So you want to be thinking about, though, be mindful of what those internal threats are that will prevent you from really shining in terms of your candidacy, okay? And external threats, think about visa problems, think about the number of people applying to that school, think about people that are applying to that major, right? Think about different things that can threaten your application, threaten your candidacy for a specific program, and write those down, because our goal here really is to mitigate the threats. All right, now that we've covered what the SWOT analysis is all about, here's your call to action. When putting together your own SWOT analysis, put together almost like a pie chart, right? SWOT. And in there, you really want to highlight those main things that we've just talked about. Those maybe top 3 strengths, top 3 weaknesses, top 3 opportunities, top 3 threats, right? Put those in there. Think about them very carefully. Evaluate your status. Where do you lie? And then start putting together a plan of action to how are you going to maximize your strengths, minimize those weaknesses, okay? Manage those opportunities and mitigate those threats. Well, I hope you found this useful and we'll get you on the right track to success. If you have any questions for us, please post them below. We'll do our best to get back to you with more resources. In the meantime, please subscribe by hitting the big red button below to get the latest content from Right Track Admissions. And as always, please stay safe, stay sane, and stay connected. Oh, and a little cameo from my dad.